A $140 million government contract is under question right now. The Department of Defense says it's to acquire syringes for COVID vaccines, but online claims question why the syringes have trackers in them. We had our Verified team looking into the claims. Here's Jason Puckett.
There are two articles that we're focusing on. This one in naturalnews.com and this one in breakingisraelnews.com. Both talk about a government contract to buy syringes with RFID tracking for COVID vaccinations. Now, these articles led to social media posts claiming the COVID vaccine will contain a chip to track you. So let's verify. Will vaccine syringes inject you with an RFID chip? Our sources, the Department of Health and Human Services, Department of Defense, and Apiject Systems America, a syringe manufacturer. So there is one nugget of truth in these claims. The DoD and DHHS did enter a $138 million contract with companies to order syringes, quote, for combating COVID-19 when a safe and proven vaccine becomes available. But that's where the truth ends. The claims say these syringes contain microchips, and they point to the manufacturer's websites as proof. Only problem? The manufacturers don't say that. The product page for these syringes talks about RFID tags under the label of the syringes. Put another way, the trackers are on the outside of these syringes. They aren't injected with the vaccine or even in contact with the actual vaccine. Meaning any claims that these government vaccines will inject trackers are false. If you've got other claims like these for us to look into, send us an email. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.